Training for your next big race and not sure about your nutrition? Well, Precision Fuel and Hydration are sponsoring the show this month, and their free online planner has you covered. It calculates exactly how much carbs, sodium and fluid you need to smash your goals. Me and the team at Inside Running Podcast swear by the 90 gram resealable gel to have on our long runs. It's been a game changer for us. If you want to crush your race day strategy, hit the link in the show notes, try the planner and grab 15% off your first order with the code IR-SPRING2025. That's IR-SPRING2025. Hit the link, grab your discount and crush those goals. Now on to the episode. Welcome to episode number 388 of the Inside Running Podcast. Thank you for joining us for another week. Got a big show coming at you this week. Main news item will be the Grand Slam track, which kicked off over in Jamaica over the weekend. We'll be chatting all about that. We've also got run for the kids results, some results out of South Australia and Tasmania as well. Whispers segment, Moose on the Loose, listen to question, and we'll preview a few things that are coming up this weekend at the Australian Championships. Welcome to my co-host. He's up in Canberra, and it's Canberra Marathon Week, and I'm pretty sure back in 2016, 17, he might have come second or third. Croaks, remind me.
2017 came third.
Pretty good for me there. Pretty good memory. Who beat you?
Matt Cox and African guy that was
Gamechu?
No, it wasn't Gamechu. It was
Samuel.
Yeah, it was Samuel.
I know the guy talking about.
What's his last name? Do you remember?
Samuel Gebra something.
Yeah,
He's a 210 guy, wasn't he? 209 guy, maybe.
I think that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Bit of hype around the home race this weekend, Croaks?
Not really. Like a little bit less from myself. Like I'm actually not going to be here this weekend, which will be the first time in, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years. I'm normally sort of out on course, handing out some bottles. I don't have as many people running the marathon this year. I think I've only got 3 people in the marathon. Got quite a few running the half and the 10 because I got a few running Ballarat this year. Some of the people that would have normally have run Canberra are doing Ballarat.
Our other co-host is down in Anglesea, and last week we discovered that he was the second fastest marathoner that Australia produced in 2018. Julian Spence, how are you this week?
I'm all right, mate. Thanks. I'm all right. I think the funny thing is you go to 2019, I get 2 minutes faster and I drop like 3 spots down the rankings.
because it's Brett Robinson's entered the chat. So is Jack Rayner, Liam Adams, Nick Harmon, Ben St. Lawrence, and then Julian Spence in number 6.
Way down.
Number 6 there. I was
12.
Where
did Ben St. Lawrence run that at?
Gold Coast. Yeah, they all got him and Liam both at Southport there at Gold Coast. Nick Harmon, 2:14.04. That's a name from the past. One of the
Where was that at?
It just says Fukuoka in Japan.
Fukuoka. Right, there you go.
1st of December. So going down memory lane there. Do we know what happened to him? I know I saw a promo video the other day and he was working for the local council over there in WA. Was it injuries? Do we know what ended his running journey?
Not sure.
No idea.
Good guy. We interviewed him, didn't we?
I didn't.
Can't remember.
I reckon I've interviewed him. Because as I was saying that, I'm like, how do I know he's a good guy? Because I'm pretty sure I've never met him.
It's a bit rough from you. If you did interview him, Brady, it's a bit rough. Must have been real memorable.
Oh, you've done a lot of them over the years, Croaks. It's hard to remember.
I still generally remember who I've interviewed.
Yeah, maybe I haven't interviewed him.
I hope for your sake now you haven't interviewed him.
Nothing's coming up here on the on Google when I typed it in. Might have to edit that, but Nick, if you're out there listening, anyone over there in Perth, we're a big fan of Nick here. Let's get some weekly recaps in, fellas. Moose, what have you been doing? You back? He's ordering gels today, Croaks. He wanted to know the precision code. That's always a sign that someone's going all right.
Yeah.
So
Strava titles as well, Brady. Whenever there's a fair few Strava titles, you know he's up and about.
Less shoe salesmen, more Strava titles. A few gags.
I've just been a bit more active on Strava, actually. A bit more active. I'm starting to log the shoes, chat about shoes, engage with people about footwear. It's always fun. And also other things like Mizuno half tights. Just got them in the store. You boys, you should get on that. They're like the super tight. You're not giving those enough credit. I did run 85-ish Ks or something, or maybe not that much, but it felt good. I ran Monday off, still resting Monday. Tuesday ran with Bree, ran an hour, did some strides. Wednesday I did a workout after dropping Pia at the kinder. So I had a shit sleep that night. Don't know what was going on, but I was at like 1 a.m., could not sleep, so I decided to take a sleeping tablet and then just had like an awful morning because it's the hangover from a sleeping tablet. It's like drinking without it's like without the headache, but you get all like the post-drinking alcohol hangover anxiety and depressions and all that. It's just an awful feeling. You just do it at the last resort only. The workout went okay, though. I went down to the normal spot on Camp Road, which is the road in Anglesea that goes out past the school towards the old coal mine, and I ran 8 by 2 minutes solid, 2 minutes rest. And the rest was broken up into a minute walk and a minute jog. So I ran pace-wise. It was a very generous rest, actually. Pace-wise, 309, 307, 305, 303, 304, 308, 301, 304. I was pretty happy with those paces. The heart rate got up nice and high during them. Felt like a difficult pace to hold. If I was going to run like a 5-minute rep at that would have been hard. So I think 2 minutes was about right for that pace. Ali actually said do them at 10K pace, but I think this workout needs them to be quicker than that, considering I get 2 minute rest after it. So I was pretty happy with running that faster pace. Put on a new super shoe, the Cloud Boom Strike LS, which is the light spray. It was still on embargo when I ran this, so I couldn't actually talk about it. But it did release. I was allowed to talk about it on the Thursday, so the next day the embargo was lifted. So this is the shoe that is like the upper is sprayed by a robot onto a last, and it's one filament that's like 1.2 kilometers long, no laces, slip on. It's really probably the coolest looking shoe you'll ever see in your life. I didn't put a photo up on this one just because by the time that I was allowed to, that run was finished. But yeah, it's really cool shoe. It's in their super shoe range, like it's a racing shoe. I think the last is built around Helen O'Beary's foot shape, so it's like her last. So it's one of the limitations, I guess, with that type of shoe is that you sort of limited to how you can customize the fit like you can with laces. But it's, I don't know, it just feels like you're wearing the future on your foot when you put it on.
Looks so cool. Don't save it for Shoe Geeks, though. I've got questions for you, but I reckon those other boys will have some even higher order questioning.
Just that with the booty upper moose, like how locked down do you feel in it?
Well, it's actually really secure through the midfoot and the forefoot. I got a little bit of heel slip at the back, but it's surprising. Like I was very surprised how well it fit. Like it was very comfortable for me. Underfoot, it is a different midsole to the Cloud Boom Strike that's already released. So it doesn't have the drop-in inner sole construction. It's just got a normal midsole. But the fit, surprisingly good. Just had some heel slip.
Do you think people with maybe like, I don't know, thinner ankles, narrow feet will sort of float around in it a bit?
Yeah, potentially. And I think if you've got a really wide foot, you'll struggle too. So there's definitely the outliers will struggle, just like they will in a normal shoe. So say you get a wide foot and you put on a normal racing shoe, you're going to have trouble fitting that shoe. It's not going to work real well for you. And if you've got a really narrow foot and you put a standard shoe on, you're going to swim around in it. So the best to describe this is it's a pretty standard fit.
And this is a shoe now we can talk about. Remember, like 3 months ago, you were like, something's coming. You have to be in-store only. So I just see in your notes here for the next day, April 17, 1 pair per size, no holds or pre-purchases. So people are going to line up to get this, aren't they?
Yeah. So this is going to 3 stores only in the country. They're limited pairs. It's not going to online in any of those stores, and On Running website doesn't get any stock either. So in order to get these pairs, you're going to have to be at the door on April 17 at, the doors will open at 10. They're at the running company in Geelong. We have them. So doors will open at 10 and if you're in line to get it, great.
Do you think it will be like people wanting to race in it, or do you reckon it'll be collectors?
I'm not sure. I think the interest we've had has been from runners that want to wear it.
Okay.
But collectors probably aren't. I don't know whether they're going to travel to Geelong for it. It's not like it's going to be in one of those hype stores. I think they're trying to get it into the hands of runners. That's why they're doing this. Like, they don't want bots to go and buy it and then resell it, because it is one of the coolest things you'll ever see. Like, in the footwear world, when you look at it, you're like, this is kind of feels like a piece of art. Like, I'd put it on, like I ran in it and I thought, oh, did I just fuck up and run in this thing that I should just put on the shelf forever? But I don't care. That's what it's running. It's a running shoe.
What's your size range? Like, what's the smallest and what's the biggest size you'll get?
It's unisex, so it goes down to women's sizing and it goes up to a men's 12.
What's the smallest women's size though?
Oh, you're pressing me, but it's like a 7.5 or something. So a men's 6.
Okay, plenty.
Maybe
of
even
options
smaller. There. Yeah, it's
okay.
One of each. Nearly fit you, that 7.5.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I'm like, how low do we go on this one?
You're going to drive down for it?
No, I'm too busy to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, I'm very intrigued to like see if people camp out and stuff for it.
I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like it's a game changer, like supershoe, performance-wise.
Performance-wise, no. But it's just it feel like you're buying a piece of history with this. Yeah.
What's it retail for?
$430. So it's not outrageous either. Like, it's expensive, but the Saucony Endorphin Elite's $420.
Yeah, it's kind of just starting to get in that ballpark, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably should be more, I think. I don't know what, because there's only one robot that makes these things, and it's in Switzerland. So they're getting their uppers sprayed in Switzerland and then getting shipped. It's not like it's coming out of a factory in China.
Surely they just get another robot, don't they? Or
I don't think it's that easy to make it.
Okay.
I think they are actually getting another robot. But
so the robot you see in the promos, that's the one robot.
Yeah.
They just work it like 24/7. Just never turn it off.
It goes around to the majors, So, like you could go
yeah.
to Paris Olympics and it would be on an expo there, and it's like, it goes into an on-store, and those lucky enough, it's like promotional. And then there's this one that's in Zurich now is spraying them up. And yeah, I think they're gonna get, like, we're putting some social media posts out. I did an interview with I think she's a category manager, like head of running or something, and she talks through and she takes you into the room where the robot is and kind of shows it while I'm interviewing her. So we'll put some stuff up on the running company Geelong page next few days.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
So that was your workout, and then you put out the video on the Thursday. If people want to go and check your Strava, April 3rd.
Yeah, I just jogged on April 3rd, jogged 10K, then did a workout Friday. I'm doing these Wednesday to Friday workout. It's actually working fine for me. I'm recovering fine from a shorter workout on a Wednesday into Friday. So this one here was 7 minutes. It was like a yo-yo, 2 by 7 minutes at 160 to 165 beats, and then 7 minutes at 170-ish beats. Now this was done around the river, which is like dirt path through the park, onto a dirt road, back along Camp Road, back along a dirt road, over a little single bridge thing. So not the fastest place to run, but I actually, this gave me a lot of confidence too. So started out on the slow, like on the easy portion of the yo-yo, so underneath threshold, and getting up to heart rate around 333 pace, and then cranked it up to average 170 beats, or like maximum 170 beats, 321s, and then dropping off, like this is where like a bit of fatigue, bit of lactic accumulation, 341s for 5 beats underneath. And then that last rep, my heart rate dropped out. The heart rate, like my optical monitor on my arm dropped out, and I lost connection. And so it's not very accurate, this data, but average 326 for that last rep. So all up, it was 8K 330 average. So it's starting to come along, the fitness. It's getting there. It's nothing crazy, but I'm in control of these workouts. I'm not wildly smacking them up. So it's sustainable training, I think. Saturday, jogged in the morning, then off to work, and Sunday, long run, 22K, so my longest so far, hour 40. Ran around town with Brett Coleman and Cam Smith, and that was us 3 only, actually. There was a new fella, Shawnee, went off and did a workout, but we ran around some good dirt roads. Nice morning, actually. It's just so good at the moment. I just love autumn down here. It is just ideal conditions. Get an extra bit of light in the morning at the moment. It's like crispy mornings, but it's not freezing. It's not raining. Surf was pretty good. Surf was pumping, actually. It's been really good down here at the moment. So, yeah, that was how many Ks for the week?
83.
Oh, feels like a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot.
2 workouts in a long run, though.
Yep, like you said, keep going.
Keep going. Heart rate not ridiculous on that Sunday either. 136 average.
Yeah,
434 pace. That's all you need.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things are going at the moment.
Power is in the consistency.
Not as consistent as your bars.
I usually like asking you two about races, but it's not good for you to be thinking about races yet, so I'm going to stay away from that question.
All right.
Don't
no
give
races.
me answers. Just give me consistency.
Me. I was going to tell you about a race, but I won't now.
It's not coming up in the next week, is it?
No.
Save it for next week then. Go next week. Croaks, what have you been doing? How's this rebuild for you going?
No, it's okay. So I took basically Monday and Tuesday off after sort of Sunday deciding that I just couldn't continue doing what I was doing. And then Wednesday, it was my first run for the week. As Moose said, like the weather has definitely turned now, where we're getting those like really crisp mornings. The highs are like low 20s, pretty light winds. So like it's the best time of year for running. I know every single year, I reckon, since we started the podcast, this time of year we always chat about how good it is. And if you had 365 days of this type of weather, it'd be awesome. So first run was Wednesday. Mulligans with the one running kit that we're given, some new Romeros, and the young king Cam Myers. So and then also Zach, who I coach, and Ethan White Smith, a 342 1500 metre runner that trains with Dick Telford. So we did 11k around Mulligans, 426s. Actually felt pretty good. Like my heel had definitely improved a lot. So I was pretty happy with that. And this was the first time I'd worn that sort of one running kit. So I was meant to do a review the week before, but I hadn't worn it yet. So there's a photo on my Strava of myself there with Cam. I guess.
Who asked for that pic? Was it Cam that asked for that?
100% Cam. So it's funny. So I saw him
doing the Seth pose as well. Is that what's happening with your fists?
Yeah, so what happened was I ran from home to the end of the road to the car park and met Cam and Ethan. And I had my phone with me because I knew I had to get a photo of me in the kit for like our socials. And I was just like, well, the photo's going to be way better with Cam in it rather than me just standing in front of a Mulligan sign. So I felt like a bit of a dick. But I'm like, Cam, can I get a photo? Like I need to get a photo of me in this one running kit. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And he originally was basically standing in front of the Mulligan sign with like just 2 thumbs up. And then I sort of explained how, the one running kit, it's Seth O'Donnell's brand. And then he basically then started just doing the Seth pose. So we're like, all right, we'll just do the Seth pose. So that was good. In terms of the kit, Moose, you've got a singlet?
Yeah, I do.
You look
real good. Actually.
Yeah, like so the way I'd explain it is like it feels very high quality. It's a slightly thicker material, I'd say. Like and that's why at the moment for autumn, I feel like it's a really good sort of a bit cooler weather sort of singlet. I also got given some shorts, and the things that I love about the shorts are so many times you finish a run and you want to go to like a coffee shop and it's like you're in your running kit and shorts just don't have pockets or anything like that. So it's actually got like just normal pockets for like wallet, phone, that sort of thing. It's got a massive zip pocket at the back, which I could fit 2 of those 90-gram precision pouches in there. The only thing is because that pouch is so big, it sort of bounces around a little bit, but it's also got like the inner, so in the undies, it's got these couple of little pouches there where I can easily fit like a 90-gram pouch in each side, and it's just got the cap hanging out. So, I really enjoyed the gear. Moose, any other comments from yourself?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good material in the shorts. Very handy having those side pockets. Not something you would sort of race in just because it's got a bit more weight when you put pockets in. It's like I like a pocket that does keep things pretty close to the skin. And maybe that back pocket could be sort of stitched in, or it does. Like I put my phone in there, and it did bounce a little up and down.
Yeah.
But yeah, the phones these days are so big; they're just kind of annoying. They're a bit of a hassle when you run.
Yeah. So for this run, because I have my phone with me, I use the side the side pocket in the built-in undies, and it doesn't move around at all.
Yeah. No, the singlet's good. Singlet's a really nice cut. Like the Nike Aeroswift singlets now, they make every other singlet feel good because of the cut of them. The cut is so bad, it's so short. I like that this has a little bit more length to it. It's really quite a stretchy material, so I could see myself racing in that material for sure.
Yes, that was Wednesday, 4:26s. I said my heel was feeling fairly good on that run. Weather was awesome. And then Thursday, I went out after work and just being on my feet all day, even not just running around, my heel definitely deteriorates to the point that I plan on going a little bit longer than I did, but it was just niggly the whole way around. And I was just sort of like, well, I'm trying to get on top of it, so I'm not going to push things. So I just did 36 minutes around Diribe Pond. So that was 4:28, and just finished at Lily's swimming lessons and watched that instead. Then so that was Thursday. Friday, I had my ultrasound sort of mid-morning. So I got out before that for 40 minutes, 4:32s. It was like chalk and cheese from Thursday afternoon to Friday morning. It was didn't really notice my Achilles or heel much at all. So then I went and had the ultrasound. And the good news with the ultrasound was they couldn't really find too much wrong. Certainly nothing that would warrant getting a cortisone. I guess that was the good news. From that point onwards, I then made an appointment to see my physio. So I've got that appointment this Thursday. So the fact that there's nothing that they can pick up in an ultrasound, the next step would be going and having an MRI to see whether that shows something more. But for me, it sounds like it's probably just going to be more of a decrease the intensity, decrease the overall load a little bit, and probably spend some more time in the gym. I think that's probably the only way that it's going to get 100%. If I wanted to just jog 80 kilometers a week, I'd be able to do that and not have too many dramas with my body at all. But there's a difference between jogging 80K and running 80K where you're doing a long run and a couple of sessions, and that's what I can't really do at the moment. That was Friday. Saturday afternoon, got out for an hour, 4:24s, felt fairly good on this run, and then yesterday did another 50 odd minutes, 11K, 4:33s. So it was a week of 53K. Got a physio appointment on Thursday. And I'm just going to keep jogging around. I reckon I'll probably run, 50 to 70K this week, just running.
Strip it all back.
Yeah, obviously I'll know more once I see the physio, and I'd say I'll be joining back up to the gym next week when I get back from the coast as well.
Who's your physio? Who are you going to?
Rob Hunt. So
you've talked about him before. Yeah,
I've seen him a few times. I used to work for Collingwood. He's done a fair bit of stuff at the AIS as well. So yeah,
good.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think there's progress there.
Yeah.
Get a diagnosis.
There's also something nice about just going out for a run and not having a plan. Every run last week was I'm just going to get out the door, and if I feel good, I'll go for a bit longer. If I don't, I'll stop. Whereas so many times we're just like a slave to a program. So it's something nice about just getting out and running to feel and doing as much or as little as you feel like or your body can handle at the time.
It's kind of like that post-marathon, 2 or 3 weeks, if you don't have anything to rush back for. It's always nice.
Yeah, the difference, though, Croaks hasn't run a marathon. So he's not chilling out from something.
Well, it sounds like he is a bit more chilled now.
Oh, yeah, he does sound like that.
He's got the same mentality.
I figure there's no point stressing about it. It's I know my body can't handle doing what I want to do, so I may as well just strip it right back and then when my body is 100%, then start to build properly.
Yeah. If you're listening, the chances are you're gearing up for a race, but how dialed in is your race day nutrition? Precision Fuel and Hydration makes it simple with a free online planner to calculate your carb, sodium and fluid needs for peak performance. Their product, like the 90-gram resealable gel, helps you hit your numbers with ease. That's why legends like 4-time Olympian Lisa Waitman and ultra runner Hayden Hawks trust them too. Head to the link in the show notes to create your personalised strategy and then use code IR-Spring 2025 for 15% off your first order, Or if you're a Patreon supporter, grab your exclusive 20% off discount code from our member-only episodes. Time to level up your performance. Click the link now. Now back to the episode. I'll go through this week, fellas. Monday morning, 60 minutes, 4:45s. Always easy Monday morning. PM, I did 30 minutes on the treadmill at 4:42s. Tuesday, I did 90 minutes and some strides after that. That was 4:21 pace, so must have been feeling a bit better. It's pretty rare for me to be down at 4:20s. Then I did 30 minutes on the treadmill that afternoon, watching that 0 Days on Netflix. Robert De Niro, you guys watch that?
Yeah, I'm watching it at the moment. I've got, I think, one episode to go.
It's nothing special, but it's easy watching, isn't it, Crokes?
Oh, I'd struggle to watch that on a treadmill.
Yeah, a bit slow.
Feel like, yeah, also need to concentrate a little bit. I don't know.
I've gone from watching the World Championships at Doha to this. Both not much is going on. But, yeah, past the time, all right. Wednesday, I did 7K in the morning because I was doing an afternoon workout. I had to get down to Bendigo to visit an old friend, and then I jumped on the track there, which was nice. Bendigo track was really easy to get into. The big doors just open, a couple of familiar faces there, and then just lane one, do what you want. Just nice and accessible, which I think, running track should be like that. Not sure if it's like that every day of the week, but yeah, we just walked straight in. Workout we did was 3 sets of a mile and then 4x400. So after the mile, we jogged 200 metres, and then between the 400 metre reps, we had 30 seconds. And geez, that 30 seconds goes quick. Like you really pretty much got to run through the line and then double back straight away just to get back on the start line.
Who's we? Who are you doing it with?
This is me and Nath Stote. So he finished work at about 2:30, I think. And then, so we did this workout together, which I really enjoyed because it's just so much like just sharing reps. And just even the mile, it was like he led the first 2 laps, I led the last 2 laps. Yeah, it was pretty good. So the 3 mile reps, we went 4:59, 4:53, 4:45. So we were meant to be trying to do these at threshold, but probably a bit too quick for that. But it felt really good. I wore that Hoka, what's it called, Moose? It's got like 7 different things after its name.
The yellow X1V2.
And it was really good on the track, like very aggressive rocker. Like, I don't know if I'd run a marathon in it because there's kind of no heel on it, but a workout like this on your toes felt very, very nice. The 400s were like, I think it was 69 average. So some good speed there. I was really happy with this. Like, I was doing this workout and saying to Nathan, like, we're pretty fit here, which he just had a really good run for the kids. So that makes me feel good when you do a workout with someone and then they have a race and you're like, okay.
This was pre-race for him.
This is pre-race for him, yeah, Wednesday for a Sunday race. And it's actually a pretty long workout. Like it was 11.4K worth of, or not worth of quality. I think it was about 9.6K worth of like quality laps. But yeah, we're on the track for a long time there. But it went pretty quick. Thursday, I had a shock and sleep Wednesday night. So I actually took Thursday morning off, just appreciated that extra hour in bed before school. And then throughout the day, I just had like this itchy throat and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get sick here. So I just did a really chilled out 30 minutes after school at 4:53 pace. Just felt like I had no energy. Went to bed pretty early that night. And then Friday morning actually woke up okay. I did 60 minutes at 4:23s and then 40 minutes in the Arva at 4:33s. Saturday did 16K in strides in the morning and then 30 minutes on the treadmill that afternoon. And then that sickness was kind of gone, which I feel like I dodged a bullet there. Didn't last long. And then Sunday did a big workout. Did 3x10K with 1K float between. This was my last like solo longer one of the block. So I was trying to get myself up for it. I guess kind of that dress rehearsal workout I'm sure you guys set for people where it was like practice a bit of a mini carb load, the gels, the drinks, the kit I want to wear on race day, the shoes. Drove around that morning and put all the drink bottles out. Only one went missing, which was pretty good strike rate. And beautiful morning, 10 degrees, 8K an hour winds. Like, this is Monza breaking 2 kind of stuff. This was beautiful, beautiful weather. The plan was to run about 95% of goal marathon pace for the first 10K. So I hit that at 3:25 pace. And then the plan after that was to just get quicker for the next 2, but not necessarily hit goal marathon pace until ideally the last one. But I didn't want to, I was talking to Zachary and Mattress before this, and we were talking about Ballarat Marathon and how a heap of people would potentially do their race on this weekend. Like 3 weeks out, everyone gets excited, you just blast the last workout. I kind of was happy to be on the slower side than the quicker side. So, first 10 in 3:25, second 10 in 3:21s, and then the last 10 at 3:16 pace. And it all felt pretty smooth, just mentally. It's just a prick of a workout to do by yourself. So I was happy to get through it. The K floats changed things like massively. Just having 1K where you can just back off and not have to think about keeping the foot down is just, such a good way to do a workout.
What do you mean? What do you mean change things though? From what?
Then, like, remember I said a couple of weeks ago I did that one that was off 2 minutes jog. I felt like that wasn't enough time to get composure. You almost were like, before you got your breath back, you were ready to go again. And my floats were they weren't that quick. It was like, I don't think have I got them here? Yeah, it was like
3:46 and 3:54.
Yeah, So, and that second one I was real close to home, so I was kind of dropping some drink bottles and stocking back up on gels. And even, Moose, when you'll do those along, like, I think you've even done like 34K before, like say 34K at 95%. So when you start, you just know you're going for 34K. Whereas this, I was like, I'm going for 10K, get it done, compose yourself. Go for another 10K, have a K, compose yourself. So, I like doing that. I wore the Metaspeed Edge for the first time in a longer workout, and that was a good shoe. I understand what people are saying now about how a lot of people said it's a better version than the Vaporfly 3, which it doesn't feel as chunky underfoot, but it feels lighter.
It is lighter.
Is it? Yeah.
It is lighter. Not than the Vaporfly 4, I don't think it is. I think it's about the same as that.
Because that's 35 mil, isn't it? The Vaporfly 4?
I think it's less stack, it's a little snappier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been popular for us, the Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, this felt better for the last 10K than it did the first 10K. Like when I got rolling in that last 10, I was like, yep, cool. So that was a week. So 165K. We're getting close to race day, boys. 3 weeks to go.
It's a big sesh, Brady. You're fit.
It is, yeah. We'll come out like 32K at 3:22s. So, it felt good. I've documented workouts on here before where I've probably said, it felt easy and I was probably pushing to hit some paces, but this all come out pretty nice. Like every time I looked at my watch, it was like, okay, I got this covered kind of thing. So yeah, good signs. Feeling very confident. And I think that I'm really enjoying the speed workouts on a Wednesday because marathon pace just feels, I don't know, relaxed. Whereas I think in the past you do a lot of marathon work and that becomes your default. So when you're rolling, I rolled 9K worth of work on the Wednesday at probably 2:55 pace. So going back to 3:25 pace felt very nice.
Good for you. It's good for you to I think people do get stuck on just going marathon pace. I think you want to turn the legs over like that.
Yeah, it's nice. Just want that weather on race day. That would be beautiful if Ballarat can turn that on in 3 weeks' time. Probably using it all right now.
Yeah.
Should we thank some Patreon supporters, Croaks? Who you got?
I got Chris Hatherley. So I coach Chris. He lives in Canberra. He's got a 5K PB of 17:35 from the 2023 Stromlo 5K. His fastest 10K came during last year's Western Creek half where he ran 77 minutes. His marathon PB is 2:43, set at Canberra Marathon. And he's also the current 100K Aussie champ after running 8 hours 28 in February at the Sri Chinmoy 100K. That was also the Aussie champs. He's backing up for Canberra Marathon this weekend, and he's also the CEO at the Academy of the Social Sciences in Australia. So good luck this weekend, Chris, although not expecting big things off the back of a 100K not that long ago. So, thanks for your support.
National champ, though.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what we want for our Patreon supporters. I think we've got a few national champs, actually, in the Patreon supporter ranks. So thanks, Chris. What pace is that? Average out as Croaks? 8:28 for 100K means nothing to me.
Is it like 5:15s maybe? I'll check.
I'll work it out while
I'll
Moose
check
is
his Strava.
thanking his Patreon supporter.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to congratulate Croaks on being a national championship coach.
Thanks, Moose.
Are you coaching Croaks?
I coach him, yeah.
Did you say that in that bit?
Yeah, at the start.
Oh, sorry. Must have been reading ahead. Congratulations, Croaks. Do you get a special, isn't to get your certification, you can only get to the top level of your certification if you coach like an Australian champion or Olympian? Like they don't let you do the course?
Don't know about that.
Moose, you got the top level?
I got level 1 rec running or something.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can't get to like level 4 or 5. I think it's like Scientology. Like you can't get up there unless you got some people ticking some boxes for you. Surely Ali going to the Olympics helped you.
I think if you wanted to go down that path, you've got more ins if you have athletes that are in on NAS funding, like that. So you're in the system already. And I'm still part of. Oh, let me look. I get these emails all the time. I'm still part of this high performance coaching thing where.
Are you a part of that, Croaks?
No.
Oh, you should be coaching Chris to a national championship. I also don't know anything about Scientology, so I'm sorry if I got that reference wrong before. Don't DM me about that.
Do you reckon we got Scientologists who listen?
I don't know enough about it to even comment. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry.
It's like 5:04 per kilometre, Brady.
Oh, that's good going, isn't it? For 100 Ks.
Well, especially when they started that race, it was like I think a 4 o'clock in the afternoon start, and it was like close to 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Where was it?
It's in Canberra.
It was in Canberra. It was around the lake, like just a 5K loop.
You go out and back, don't you? They don't even do laps.
No, it was a loop this time around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That sounds horrible.
Doesn't
you go out
sound like fun.
and cheer him on, mate? He's out there for 8 hours. Surely you got down there.
I didn't get down there, actually.
What? In your own town?
Shit bloke.
Australian Championship.
I take that back about congratulating you. That's just terrible from you. My Patreon, I'm thinking, is Jay Nankerval. We think he lives in Broken Hill. According to Strava, 5K PB 1905, 10K PB 38:38 during last year's City to Bay 12K, where he ran 46:54. Half marathon PB of 90 minutes at the 2023 McLaren Vale half, and a marathon PB of 3:14 at last year's Gold Coast. So fellas.
Well, the 10's pretty good. Like he's pretty much nearly split his 5K PB.
I think it's the 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to go the 10.
Yeah.
Broken Hill, pretty remote part of Australia. Like that's
fair way
to travel for any races. You can see him
Miles
getting down
out there,
Adelaide.
isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Jay, for your support. Hopefully we keep you company. Hopefully you got some people to run with up there. I'm going to thank Greg Goodall from Cape Town in South Africa, fellas. We're going overseas. Strava locked down, but he ran 2:38 at the 2023 Berlin Marathon. We're pretty sure he works for the Goodall Group, family-owned and operated property company specialising in investment, leasing and management of industrial property. And he's coached by Andy Buchanan boys at Run to PB. And I flicked Andy a message today and said, tell me something about Greg. And he said he's loading up for London Marathon in 3 weeks' time. So good luck, Greg, over there at London Marathon. Hopefully you're not too far behind your coach. If you like what we do on this podcast, you can support us. Patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast. We have a level of bonus content as well, if that's what you're after. We recorded with the Bad Boy and Chris O last week for the monthly. I think the Road to Berlin boys are coming up this week. I was talking to Jimmy Friend about that during the week last week. Also the UK boys were the week before that. So there's a bit happening there. And if bonus content's what you want, Chris O just ran a PB too, boys. Did you see that? 10K?
I did. Negative split.
He's in shape, yeah. But he said headwind out, tailwind back. So he come home pretty quick though. So he's in shape. So you can hear all about his training. Should have seen him. He rocked up on the call. Puma Elite kit, head to toe. The new stuff. he was showing us shoes. He's like, I'm not allowed to show these in public until London Marathon. Like, that's going to be their release date. I think Boston on the Monday, then London on the Sunday. He's like, this colourway no one sees. So he said all Sondre stuff gets sent to his house and they just throw in a few extras for him. So
isn't that crazy?
Oh, he's got some good stuff. I love him so much.
The number one influencer in the world of running.
You can hear from him every fortnight as he leads up to the London Marathon. And Toby's in shape too. Probably going to win Ballarat Marathon in a few weeks. Running news with thanks to Axel Coffee, our race results partner, and the secret to starting every run on the right foot. Nothing beats a good coffee before hitting the pavement. Take us to Jamaica, Croaks. The Grand Slam track kicked off.
Yeah, so I don't know where to start with this. Do we give the listeners a bit of a rundown of how it works?
Give me one as well, Brad, because I've put it on the last 3 mornings and I'm still a bit confused.
All right, so I'm going to deal with short distance and distance. So basically, there's 4 meets. Each meet is run over 3 days, and competitors compete twice. So, for example, in the short distance, you've got an 800 and you've got a 1500. Now, there's eight competitors in the race. 4 of them are like contracted athletes that'll be there for the whole series, and then the other 4 are like challengers who can come and go depending on the meet organisers and who they want at the time. So if we look at the women, and then you get points. So if you win, you get 12 points. If you come second, you get 8. Then you get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then whoever gets the most points after the 2 races, the winner gets $100,000, second gets $50,000, third gets $30,000, fourth gets $25,000, and then it goes down to about $5,000 for 8, something like that. So in the women's short distance, that's the one that Jess Hull was competing in. They kicked off with an 800-metre race, and I was watching the, Mitch Dyer's stream. So he was commentating over some sort of feed, but the telecast from that first day was terrible. It's like the camera was set up in the stands at about 150 metres to go. And for the women's 800, I would have seen runners for about 10 seconds up close in the whole race. So it was pretty terrible. But in that race, Nikki Hiltz got the win, 158.23. Welteji was second, 158.29. Jess Hull was third, 158.58. It was a PB for Jess and moves her to number 5 Aussie all time. And then in the women's the 1500.
Qualifier 2 Croaks for world champs, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Yep.
Yeah. I did see a little interview. She was saying that the 800 comes after the 1500. So she'll check in with her dad and that could be an option that she might double at the world champs if she. Yeah. That's a pretty competitive team to make too, isn't it? The 8.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah.
But is she entered to do the double this weekend at Nationals?
I don't think so. I don't think she'd be doing the 8.
We'll confirm that. I'll check that before the end of the show.
So then they came back the next day for the 1500 metres, and Welteji got the win there, 404.51. Jess actually did a lot of the work here. She went to the front fairly early, and I think throughout the whole meet there were pretty high winds. And so she did a fair bit of work, but didn't really go super quick to sting the kick out of their legs. So Welteji got the win. Ejore was second, 405.1. Nikki Hiltz third, 405.39, and then Jess was fourth. So in terms of the overall points, Welteji, she got the 100K for 20 points. Nikki Hiltz, 18 points for second. Ejore third, 12 points, and Jess Hull came in fourth with 11 points. That's $25,000 US for Jess. So that's how it works. Any comments on that, or just run through the results?
No, I think you've done a good job of explaining it.
Yeah.
Mary Mora, this was one of my questions though. So she win the 800 metre gold medal at the Olympics, Kenyan, Mary Moira. Wins heaps of Diamond League stuff. Run the best in the world. But she ran the 800, and then the next day when it was her turn to run the 1500, didn't rock up, which I think one of the concept of this innovation new system is that you want to see people outside their best events. And I think there was a thing saying that she was dehydrated or something like that. But, you want to see people running on tired legs, I guess.
Yeah, and look, you've only got 8 people in the race as it is, so if you have a couple of people start scratching, it's not a great spectacle. And the longer distance races, it's even worse because the field gets so spread out, whereas at least the middle distance stuff, they do stay close together. Men's 1500 was pretty fascinating, actually. So they started off with the 1500 metre first, and you've got the 800 metre runners and versus the 1500 metre runners. And Wanyonyi, the 800 metre, was he Olympic champ?
Yeah.
He towed up all of the 1500 metre specialists like Yared Nuguse, Cole Hocker, Cooper Tier, who else? Josh Kerr. So, yeah, he ran 3:35.
Cooper Tier was in the distance.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Josh Kerr was in the middle distance one. Yeah, so he ran 3:35.1. Yared Nuguse, 3:35.36. Hocker, third. And then the next day in the 800, Arop, he got the win. He beat Wanyonyi, and then Bryce Hoppel was third. And so on points, Wanyonyi was 20 points for the win. Arop was second, 15 points, and Nuguse was third. Women's distance, they kicked off with a 3K. Tay from Ethiopia, she won 8:28. Ngedic was second, 8:28 as well, and Gebra Salama was third. And then in the 5K, it was the exact same placings. So Tay got the win there, 24 points. Ngedic second, 16, and Gebra Salama third in 12 points. The men's distance, Grant Fisher, he won the 5K. They pretty much jogged around for a lot of it, ran 14:39 for the win. Cooper Tier was also 14:39. Dylan Jacobs third, 14:39.56. And then in the 3,000, Gebrawet, he got the win, 7:51. Bakili second, 8 minutes. And Fisher was third in 8:03. Third there was enough for Fisher to finish on 18 points, which gets him the 100,000. Gebrawet was second, 17 points. And Cooper Tier was third with 12 points. So I didn't watch a lot of this, to be honest. Like that first day, the telecast that I saw was absolutely terrible from a spectacle, the camera views and everything. So it did improve, I believe, like the second and third day. But it's just weird. It's like they're trying to change athletics here. They've thrown all this money at athletes, and here we are in Australia watching one person commentate over the top of a feed that has questionable camera angles.
Yeah, so if you went with a VPN option and went to actually one of the providers, you got a complete different experience to that. So Mitch from Straight At It must have gotten like a alternative feed or something like that. Because even the one of the days I put it on, it was like 4 different camera angles on the one screen, and then he was doing some commentary over the top. But which is hard to do.
Here's a question for you, Brady. Why is Grand Slam allowing multiple feeds? Because like these crap feeds are just taking away from the event.
Yeah, and no one was there in the stands. That's worth noting as well. Like it was very empty in the stadium, which did look like a big stadium. So not a lot of people rocked up. But yeah, first impressions are often lasting impressions. And when I turned on that first day, I'm like, oh, this is presented. I'm surprised they gave that stuff to Mitch to do, because I think it probably did more damage. Good that people could see it, but you're like, it has not helped your branding in Australia. And like hard for him. He's trying to commentate it, doesn't know all the athletes. Like he's trying to wing it. It's not working. He's kind of saying over the top, I'm not, can you hear me? Can you not hear me? And you're like, oh, that's when I just went to the VPN option. And I'm like, I want to see how it's presented to the rest of the world.
I love the way that he said, so on day 2, he basically said that watching day 1 was like watching athletics through a straw.
Yeah.
like it was literally like you just had this footage of the top bend and the camera is way up in the stands. I'm like, how are you meant to watch track and field? It was the worst footage of track that I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
As I said, I think it got better day 2 and day 3, but I don't know. It's great for the athletes. They're cashing in. They're getting a heap of money. But from a spectacle, it's like even some of the challenges, it's like they're not the top tier athletes. Like Emily Enfield, for example, like she was good. I wouldn't put her as world class, and she's one of the challenges there. Like the men's middle distance one, I thought was really good because you've got your pure 800 meter guys, and your 1,500 metre guys at it. And I thought that was probably the pick for me in terms of the events.
So the next three are in America, though, and they're in smaller stadiums too, aren't they? So hopefully they can pack them out. Like, you're going to have teething issues. I was surprised how, like, drawn out it kind of was. It kind of felt like a bit like Test cricket. I didn't realise it was going to go over so many days, which makes perfect sense because people got to back up in different events. But, yeah, it's kind of strange that everything now is going to more condensed. Like, how do you get bang for your buck and fit everything into a 2-hour program? And now this goes over, was it 4 days?
No, it was 3 days.
3 days.
But
Same
even
day,
then,
Sunday, Monday, yeah.
But even then, I didn't feel like the races were. There seemed to be decent gaps between each race.
Yeah, okay. So it still felt like 3 days of athletic meets.
Yeah, because it was like, the race is done, and then it's like they introduce the athletes one by one, sort of coming out of a tunnel, and then it's almost like they introduce them when they're behind the blocks and stuff like that again. So it did seem very drawn out. But because I couldn't really hear that commentary, because all I heard was sort of Mitch, didn't really know what was going on.
So now they get, so 3 other opportunities to win 100,000 US.
Yep.
Pretty good, isn't it? Good money. So Grant Fisher could win 400,000 over the next month.
Plus his appearance fee, I suppose,
one of the races,
as well,
isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Some money to be made. Moose, you got any comments there before we move on?
No, I got zero interest. Outside of Jess Hull racing, there was no chance I'm going to, like, after seeing the picture of that stadium empty, I was like, whoa, this no good. I don't think they should have opened up in Jamaica when there's perhaps not the, following that there could be at a bigger meet. Like, you would have thought you would want to come out with a real bang, with a full stadium and, like, do it in a spot where you're confident in. So that doesn't seem like the best idea. But I'm lucky to watch international athletics, like, in the traditional sense. This to me isn't really drawing me across. Like, if the AFL came out and then brought out, like, the AFL Grand Slam AFL, I'm no more likely to watch that than normal AFL.
Yeah, it's more drawn out than I thought as well. So Miami's May 2nd to 4th, and then Philly May 30th to June 1st, and then LA June 27th to June 29th. Judge it at the end. Judge it in August, Croaks.
All right.
After we've seen the next three. But yeah, good for the athletes to feel that. Do you feel like the cash thing's kind of weird? Like, a lot of places I saw it was just like, doesn't look great, but this person won this amount of money, this amount of money. It just, like, everything was drawn to the prize money.
Mm.
And you're like,
yeah.
And I also hated the fact, like, Grant Fisher came out and said in that 3K, the two guys went off the front and he did the maths and said, I don't need to beat these guys. I just got to beat all these guys behind me. So I just let them go. So he was in a race and his intention wasn't to win the race.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Yeah. But anyway, let's go to Run for the Kids. This was in Melbourne yesterday. One of the best fun runs in Victoria, I would say. Weird distance, 14.4k. Go over the Westgate. The Westgate? No, Balti. And then you get onto a bit of the Westgate, don't you? Then under the tunnel, through the gardens, through South Bank. South Bank? That's what it's called, isn't it, Moose? South Bank? Crown
South
Casino
Bank,
there.
yeah.
Over the little
South
hill.
Bank.
Collins Street finish, I reckon. Hopefully got that right. Andy Buchanan got the win easy. Won by over a minute. Won by 63 seconds. He ran 41.39. Andre Waring was second in 42.42. Harry Norman, sprint finish with Matt Schumberg, 43.14 for third. In the women's, Donnie Viljo, she was first in 49.50. Erica Flores was second in 50.43. And Melissa Duncan was third in 51.16. Andy was on the plane today, boys. So last little hit out before going over to London to get ready for the marathon over there. Did it easy, the Bendigo boy.
Why do you you mentioned it's one of the best fun runs? What do you think about what is it about it that you think makes it the best?
I love that it's not a distance, like, it doesn't mean anything, the distance, and it's like kind of point to point, even though you do finish very close to where you start, and the variety in it. Like, you just got to race the course, not, looking at K-splits and it's just flat and fast. Kind of like City to Surf. I imagine maybe City to Bay might be similar to this as well. But, yeah, just an iconic race in the city. Because they don't really do much, do they? Like, run for the kids. They just say, here's our date. Just sells out every year. It's not like they're giving away free entries or influencers or any of that kind of stuff. Just always there. I like it. See Mona there in the new Nike Elite kit.
I did see that, the yellow fleece. I love the yellow. Was it a fleece or a half zip or something?
Yeah. I love that Jess Hull's racing in it over in Jamaica and then Mona's wearing the same kit. In obviously the men's in Melbourne.
He'll be out on Wednesday. He'll do Wednesday loop in that.
He'll be flexing
if someone rocks up.
Looks so good in that. So that was nice. There was also this 5K over in South Australia, your fastest night in town. Izzy was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Jess Stenson got the win there in 15:53, and Jacob Cox won the men's in 14:16. I think they were running laps around Victoria Park there. Is that the old Formula One track?
Not sure.
Formula One used to be in Adelaide, didn't it?
Did.
Yeah, I just saw some photos and it looked like a car course. I could be wrong though. Croaks, Moose. Take me to Perth. Bridges.
Yep. Bridges Fun Run 10K was on. Don't really know too much about this one. I think they obviously go over some bridges. That is my best guess. You could probably confirm that by looking at a Strava or something. But Dean Menzies, he won. He was coming to Ballarat soon enough. He ran 30:03, beat Matt Smith 30:32. Lauren French was the first female in 36:20. So good showing for those two. Then we went down to Hobart Marathon. Croaks has gone and cut it right back to the half marathon results. That race, was there no marathon this year, Croaks? Or
no, there was, but I don't know. At what point do we start just reading out names? Like, you could find 40 fun runs around the country.
No, I like this from you, actually.
That have similar finishing times to this, but just because it's the Hobart Marathon, do we have to go through top three for the marathon, the half, and the 10K?
Well, if they're notable results, we should, but if they're not. So in the half, Liam Buden, he won 64:10, beat Ryan Gregson 66:38. You suggesting that the ladies, there's no notable results for the ladies half?
Well, what would you say is a notable result for women's half? Moose, are we going to go there?
Sub 80.
It was slower than that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's my call then.
I love that Moose is like...
You want your name read out? Be quicker than 80 minutes, according to these boys.
Millie Clark won the women's marathon. It was 1 in 2:40.
Oh, 2:40 is not bad, mate.
Yeah.
2:40 was taking you to the Com Games bloody 10 years ago.
And the men's was 1 in 2 hours 30. From a Seiko Makino from Japan.
He went through in 71 or something, didn't he?
2:40 is better than 2:30. I reckon. Do you reckon?
Can I say, if I was still doing the agenda, I would have put top 3 in there. So direct all your complaints to
Croaks.
Yeah,
I know, but I like Croaks' harshness.
He's a hard ass. He's a hard man.
Well, because you're right. And you know what? If the racers want to get their reputation back, they'll start bringing the good runners in, and then they get their names read out again. I like it, Croaks.
Like 10K. What time do you reckon you need to run?
Didn't Nick Earl win the 10K?
He did win the 10K.
Yeah, give him a shout out. He's a friend of the show.
What time, Moose, do you reckon is an acceptable?
Men's under 32:30.
Nah, but I think if it's a notable person, you got to read it out.
So Nick Earl, 32:40.
It was windy and hilly, wasn't it? He's a new dad. He's probably busy, not training much.
Nah, I don't know, Brady. I think I'm with Croaks on this because we're not reading out the Geelong half marathon. I noticed the results in here.
You sponsored that race too, didn't you?
As I said, Moose.
Yeah.
What was that winning time?
Poor this year, 71:30. Not poor. No disrespect to the winners, but it was not 66 minutes like it has been in the past.
Who won it?
Local fella, I think.
Okay. Don't even know his name.
Like there was a race down in Wollongong, like the Shell Harbour half marathon, where your boy Sam Jones got the win down there,
Did
Brady.
see that
Like
from Sammy.
Like there's so many fun runs. It's like you got to draw the line somewhere.
And he's drawn it, ladies and gents. Those results, the ones that were included, were brought to you by Axel Coffee. Don't forget, Inside Running Podcast listeners, you can get 20% off. That's 20% off your first online order with the code IRP20. Start your day right with Axel Coffee. Whispers, boys. Geez, the lanyard wankered stuff last week got a bit of got the inbox full. I got tagged in the photo of me with a lanyard too.
Do you remember the carry on from him that weekend as well, Moose?
This is a World Cross Country. I remember that. I thought Zachary had doctored that photo actually, because I can't remember wearing that lanyard. What were we doing drinking those minus 196 drinks too? They're like $8 a can. Must have stolen those off someone.
Yeah, I reckon you stole them off your maybe your Ernie old blokes up there.
Wouldn't have paid for those myself, that's for sure. If that was Ernie old, thank you for the free drinks. Now we needed that lanyard to get into the car park. That's why I had it. Remember?
No, that was in the car, Brady. We had a car sticker.
Shit, don't get me started on people with car stickers, Croaks. Actually, you can get me started because my local supermarket, buddy, you guys got the parks at your local supermarket where it says they're wider and they're painted for like, this has got nothing to do with running, by the way. They got a picture of like a pram painted on them, and there's like 5-6 big car parks in front of the supermarket. And I often park there because I've got 2 young children. I don't often have a pram, but I think, I need a bit more space, don't want to damage people's cars, want to keep the kids safe, not crossing the car park to get to the supermarket. But what really annoys me, people that park there that don't have kids. And like pre-kids, I wouldn't have understood how hard it is trying to get into the supermarket from the car. And now I have kids and know it. And that's one of my biggest triggers at the moment. Like I just give people the evils if they just park there and just get out of the car by themselves. So that's my car park reference there. But no, I wanted to talk about a whisper. Sam Clifford. You know our boy Sam Clifford? Did an interview with Zaka, Chris Armstrong, Better With Running podcast, Australia's second biggest running podcast. I was having a listen along. He starts talking about how he's not going to nationals this week because he wants to qualify for the world champs. And I was like, okay. And he's going over to like the Sound Running 10K and he's got this, build up confidence, which is really good. Starts talking about how he's ticked off some of the criteria already. So I went and did some digging because he was second at Zatopek and he got some ranking points from that as well. He ran 13:25 last week at Maury Plan, which actually got missed a bit because we were so focused on Seth up the front with Kai Robinson. But I just want to put it out there. Let's just put a bit of a watch on Sam Clifford. I think he's taken the step already and become a really good runner. He could go to the World Champs later in the year. Just keep a watch on that.
What does he need to do at Sound Running to get that spot?
Well, he needs to go quicker than what he's running at the moment. And what's the qualifier? 27:05?
Yeah, and I'm just on the Road to Tokyo website now. So the quota's 27 spots. 19 are already taken by people running the standard.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fairly hard. Like, let me have a look.
I'm not saying he's doing it, Croaks. I'm just saying just put a watch on it.
Have to is provisionally qualified as area champion.
Yeah, because he won Oceania champs. Yeah. Well, also, Whisper have to. See on his Instagram the other day doing marathon workouts.
Well, we're not allowed to know yet.
Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea.
No, I'm not sure. So, there's a bit of a watch on Sam Clifford. Like if he runs 27:30 Croaks, gets some points, would it get in there?
30?
No, I don't think that's not going to be enough.
25 seconds off the qualifier.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look where 25th. The guy that's ranked 25th has run 27:23 and 27:08 as his 2 qualifying races.
Yes. Okay.
So, yeah. So he got 1,248 points for his 27:23 because he got an extra 60 points. That was the night of the 10,000 metre PBs. And then 1,212 points for the 27.08. And that's Patrick Dever from Great Britain.
Yeah,
he's ranked 20. He's 25th at the moment. Big ask. I'm not sure. Yeah, Jack's in here. I want to see what Jack got in terms of points for his. So Jack got 11.
Doing it. I'm just saying, like I was, it pricked my ears when he started talking like that. I'm like, okay, that's good that athletes are talking about that. They want to take that next step.
Jack got 1,152 points for his Zatopek win.
Well, 13.25. That was a pretty rough night. He could maybe run 13.20 at least for 5K.
But 5K doesn't go into 10K rankings.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if he's in 13.20 shape, where's that put him for 10K? Anyway, move on. Moose on the loose. What do you got?
Well, I got the results from Run for the Kids are on lockdown. So I had some athletes running, and I thought after my long run, I'll go check in on the results page on the Run for the Kids site. I'm like, oh, they're not up yet. All right, we'll give them a bit. Give them an hour. Check again. No, not up. Give them to late afternoon. Check. No, not up. And it turns out that they've locked up the results so that the Herald Sun gets the first right of publishing them, but not until Monday morning. So you can't see your results for all of Sunday just because the sponsor wants to be the exclusive releaser, I guess, or get more clicks to their website. I'm guessing that's how it works.
Yeah, their title sponsor, Herald Sun, Transurban, Run for the Kids. So you can see them now because it's Monday night, but I was the same. I had to do the old go into someone's Strava file, see who they'd run with, start putting the pieces together. I worked out the top 7 that way. But yeah, so did the athletes, the people running, did they get, surely you get emailed a link saying, here's your results, they're going to be available like Monday paper or Monday from midday?
No, I don't think so because I was asking.
Oh,
I
really?
asked the results. I said, where did you come? What position? And I think I haven't actually got confirmation yet, but one of them was 4th maybe or 5th. And she goes, yeah, I don't really know. I think I was 4th, maybe 4th or 5th perhaps. But I don't know. I don't have my results or anything. And even time-wise, because the GPS was all over the shop, because they go through a tunnel, like you said, you're trying to piece together who finished in front of who through Strava, not helping the sport, that type of arrangement from the Herald Sun.
It's taken the sport back around 20 to 30 years. Like I remember when I first started running, I'd do like the Canberra Times fun run here on a Sunday, and then you'd wait till the following Sunday to get the paper, and that's when the results were officially published. Like obviously top 3 were presented on the day, but you had no idea where you finished until you got the paper the following week. It's like, surely we can do better than that in 2025.
Yeah, I would think so.
Just on that too, Crux, I'm on the results now. This says that Karen Blaney was second in 49.58.
Well, see, that's the thing. So for me trying to do the results, the only way that I got the result was on something I saw on social media where somebody had posted 1st, 2nd and 3rd and their times. And so I took it straight from that.
Yeah, I think you're right because I think Melissa Duncan was 3rd, whereas this has her as 4th. Yeah, balls up. Any other sport that wouldn't happen. Imagine I can't check the NBA scores because I know this is a bit different because we're going to wait to post them 24 hours later because we want to sell some newspapers. You can still post them.
Like, put them on the Herald Sun website still, whatever. What do they want them buying physical copies of the paper?
Yeah, I think so.
That is so old school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good from you. Enjoyed that. Listener question, Croaks.
This episode's listener question is proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. And the question comes in from Michael Amies. Tapers, the do's and don'ts, length, etc. I reckon we've covered this a while back, but still good to revisit given a lot of people will be going into taper now.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about marathon too, isn't he? That's what he means.
I'd say so, yeah.
See, the young King put something on his Strava the other day. Someone asked him about his taper lead into a track race, and he had a very scientific breakdown of it. Did you see that?
No.
spoke
On
about.
Strava.
Yeah, he responded and kind of said, I'll get this wrong, but I'll try to find it while we're talking, that he goes 80% the week before and then 60% the week of the race or something like that.
That's real scientific.
Yeah, just percentages, maths. Kick it off, Moose. How do you do? Like, let's assume that people have had smooth build-ups. They've got to 3 weeks out, tick the boxes, finished the big one yesterday, like I just spoke about. What do you do for the next 3 weeks?
All right. Well, have you done one before? Like, is this your first time, or if you've done multiples, then you'll have an idea on what works for you. So what has felt good for you in the past, that's a really good indicator of probably what you should do the next time round as well. Because some people do well with a lot of rest and a super low volume lead into the race, like very rested, it's good for them. And others don't do well with that. So work out what's right for you, probably through your past experiences. Look at your best races and what you did leading into them. The do's, well, drop volume. You want to do, like, drop volume in your long run, drop volume overall for the week, and then drop volume from your workouts as well. So you don't need to be doing long workouts like this. Just, I guess the main purpose of the taper is to freshen the body up and recover from all the work that you've done the last couple of months, so that you're on the start line with no work in your legs that you're recovering from. So you fully recovered, you're full of beans, like you're full of glycogen, you are ready to go. All your little niggles have sorted themselves out through a bit of rest, and you're just bursting with energy. That's what the perfect taper should have you like on the start line. Don't start doing stuff you've never done before. Don't go out, bust a bunch of speed work thinking that your legs are getting stale, so all of a sudden we need to do a ton more strides. Don't go run over hills the last week, even the last 2 weeks. Pull all the hills back out of your running. You don't stop. Don't just put the brakes on altogether. I still like to keep the frequency of runs in that last 2 weeks, so you stay in a routine, so you don't just throw everything out the window and all of a sudden, like, you're not exercising at all, you're waking up late, you're eating differently. It's really good just to keep the body clock ticking over, like real similar. Keep your diet similar, and just keep your frequency and your routines going. I like that. But then just cut the runs a bit shorter, make them easier. Don't go over hills. Don't start running on trails because you got a bit more time because your run's shorter. Like, just stay safe.
Don't try and prove fitness. Don't get insecure and start like hammering things to like make yourself feel better that you're fit. I suppose in the last day or two, like when you're actually, especially if you've traveled for an event, don't get caught up, like be a little bit selfish. Don't get caught up into all the, I need to go and socialize with this person because we haven't seen each other, or walking around expos, and just, be selfish till after the race.
Yeah, the amount of steps you do. Like if you're traveling for an international race, just little things like around airports or to a shuttle bus, and like you would never do, even like you start putting things into Google Maps because you're unfamiliar and you're like, oh yeah, it's 1,200 metres down the corner to the local coffee shop that I'm going to meet someone. Like I would never walk 1,200 metres in Moama. But then you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just walk there, have a coffee, I'll walk 1,200 metres back. It's just like...
2.5K.
Yeah. And I know where 1,200 metres from my house is. And I'm like, that's a crazy idea that I'd actually do that. But then you'll do it 3 times a day, 48 hours before a marathon.
Because then your other mate rocks up and he's like, oh, I haven't been to the expo yet to get my bib. Do you want to come for a walk? Yeah, okay. Then you walk another kilometre with him and you walk back.
Let's go check out the Nike store. Yeah, there's a big Nike store, just 800 metres around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I reckon a lot of people struggle with is, like, for a lot of people, that marathon block of training is so intense, like they feel like they're constantly running. And then when you start to back things off, you almost feel like you're lost. You're like, oh shit, I'm not like, I've got too much time on my hands now. Like, and that's when people start to get in their own heads about, oh, well, I'm not running as much as I was 3 weeks ago. Maybe I'm not going to be as fit. So, like, try not to get inside your own head. Go back and just look at your block of training, and that should give you enough confidence. You're not going to lose fitness by backing things off. But so often people just, you know, a little bit insecure, but also because running has taken up so much of their time in that previous 6 to 10 weeks, you start to then take that away and you're like, oh shit, something's missing here.
Yeah. Well, I like to frame it like mentally, especially 2 weeks out. Like, from now on, we're not trying to get you fitter. Like, from now on, our main focus is how do we get you to the start line feeling the very best you can. And then when you take that gaining fitness goal away, it really helps people, myself included, be like, okay, I don't need to chase the extra double, or, you know, well, maybe your doubles can go from 35 to 25 minutes or whatever it is to keep your routine there. But just how do you maintain your fitness, keep it leveled out, and then bring in all that freshness that you want for race morning? So having kind of like themes and stuff is really good. Because what is it? There's some science around it, Moose. Give me some more science. And by the way, Cam Myers said he reduces volume and intensity by 15% 2 weeks out, and then again another 15% on race week. But how, isn't there some saying that 10 days before you can't get any fitter, or a week before, whatever it is?
Oh, well, yeah, there's like, I mean, the non-scientific way is saying nothing you do in the last 10 days will get you fitter, or like nothing you do in the last 10 days will make your race, but there's a lot of things that can break your race in the last 10 days. But yeah, I mean, I think it takes like, 10 days, 2 weeks for a workout to accumulate, or to force the adaptions for a fitness change. So if you go out and smoke your last workout on a Sunday, you're probably not really getting the benefit of that in the race anyway. So you just do it
more tired.
Yeah, that's it. So just get yourself primed for it. You can still do workouts, just don't think of it as getting yourself fitter. Just think of it as getting yourself dialed in.
And just, I know it's hard for parents and people who have jobs and stuff. I try to reduce all those little stressful things. And if that's being organised and, you know, having lunches packed, or you've looked at timetables for public transport or whatever, like, try to have all that locked in a week out so you can just take that away from your thinking in race week. Being organised is a good thing. Anything else to add there, Croaks? We're done. Pretty good answers there, boys.
I think we're done.
New code here.
Thanks to Precision Fuel and Hydration. Visit precisionhydration.com and use the code IR-Spring2025 for 15% off your first order.
What's coming up? We've got the national champs. This is in Perth. Our man Jordan Donnelly is going to be on the ground, so if you see him over there, make sure you say g'day. He'll be getting some selfies with you. You might be getting some selfies with him. He'll be representing Inside Running Podcast over there unofficially. 1,500 metre heats, Croaks, Thursday. This is in East Coast times. So what are we, 2 hours in front?
Yep.
Add 2 hours if you're over here on the West Coast.
No. So this is
our
sort of... So these times are Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. Yep.
Okay. You should have went that the other way around. They're locals over there. Okay.
Well, 2 hours earlier is the Perth time. To what?
Melbourne, Sydney, I think Gold Coast is now, Brisbane are now on the same time as us because daylight savings has ended. Thursday, correct. Women's 1,500 metre heats. Thursday, 5:10 and men 5:35. The final is Saturday. Women's 7:55, men's 8:05. 800 metres. The heats are Friday for the women at 8 p.m. and the men's at 8:40. The semis are Saturday, 1 p.m. and 1:10. The final Sunday, 3:15, 3:25. And the 5K, the men's is 4 p.m. and the women's is 5:10 on the Sunday. We'll put all that on our socials. We'll screenshot that, Croak. Should have done a good job of that. Put it on our socials. And, save it or pin it or something there if you want to come back, screenshot it to see when you've got to tune in to 7+. They'll be broadcasting live the whole 3 days. This is important for World Champs, isn't it? There was a big dot point in that criteria that you'd want to be showing up to Nationals and doing the domestic stuff start lists are out as well. You can access those on Athletics or Australian Athletics. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, website, wherever they are. That's going to be good. Got a tip for me, boys? Women's 15.
Georgia Griffith.
Over Jess Hull.
She looks good, Georgia Griffith, at the moment. Hard to back against Jess Hull, but I'm going to... Bit of travel for Jess lately.
True.
Throw an upset out there, Georgia over Jess.
Okay. Croaks?
Just having a look at the start list here. Ooh. Claudia is on the start list of the 15.
She's down to double, but we won't know if she does or not. It's hard to double, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd have to run a heat on the Thursday of the 15, and then the Friday you got to do...
Yeah, she'd have to do the heat. So she'd have to run the heat of the 15 on the Thursday, heat of the 8 on the Friday, and then she'd have both the semi and the final of the 15 on the Saturday.
Hard double.
So she won't. So what one do you reckon she'll do then? The 8?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
I reckon she'll do the 8 just because I think I don't know, probably got a better chance of just winning the 8, and she's already got the standard for the 8. She doesn't have the standard for the 15, does she?
Imagine 100 metres to go. You got Jess, Claudia, and Georgia. Big finish.
Well, you got Jess coming off a 158. Claudia, natural 800 girl. Tough one.
She's got that kick though, yeah. They're all
I'm going
pretty strong.
I'll go Jess Hull.
I'll go Jess Hull.
Oh,
Olympic silver medal.
really going out on a limb there.
Can't tip
I'd
against
throw.
it.
Oh, what about a slab for you? 2 slabs for me if Georgia gets up.
You taking it, Croaks?
Take
it. She's an Olympic silver medalist, mate. That's easy.
I know she's the Olympic silver medalist. I don't know.
That is the easiest bet. You're not even.
Georgia got rolled at Maury Plant.
Nah.
Oh.
That is crazy. It's off the table now too.
I didn't hear Brady take it.
I'm just the hosting that. No, I'm happy with my slab situation at the minute. Happy with how I'm going. Yeah, Jess Hull, Georgia Griffiths, Claudia Hollisworth, Sarah Billings, Abby Caldwell, Lyndon Hall, all entered. And 4 of them already have the qualifier. So that's those 3 spots, especially top 2. That's going to mean a bit, isn't it, for that? The 1500, Cam Myers is there. Who else have I got here? Kai Robinson's in the 5K. Seth O'Donnell, Jude Thomas. So that's going to be, they're the 3 headliners in the 5K. Yeah, so a lot of these girls in the 15-8 have doubled up. So Claudia's entered, Abby's entered, Sarah Billings has entered, and Binderia Boyer. But 3 of those 4 are in the 8 and the 15. So one of them could be super weak if they don't rock up.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the girls that we've been seeing predominantly in the 800 the last season or so, they'll run the 800. So Abby, Claudia, I'm not sure about probably even Billings. And I reckon the 15 will be, your Georgia, Lyndon, Jess.
Is the men's 15 a bit weaker? Just because I'm looking through some notes here, a bit of a preview, and there's not a lot on the men's 15. You got this start list there?
Yeah, well, I guess you'll have Cam, you'll have Adam Spencer, won't you? You'll have Ollie.
Yeah, don't know why Tarby hasn't got it here. Might be still working.
Hang on, I'll just check the
yeah, they're all back. Here. You're right. That's right. Just different document I'm looking up. Moose, what do you got coming up between now and next week?
Don't know.
Nothing's jumping out at you, obviously.
Nah. I got actually Bree's going up to Sydney for the Nike After Dark half marathon. So that's me with Pia all weekend. It's going to be. We're having a few butting of heads lately, myself and the 3-year-old. So we're going to see how that goes when we're by ourselves together for 3 days.
Good luck with that. Croaks, what are you doing between now and next week? Where are you going if you're not in Canberra?
I'm doing road to Ballarat on Wednesday. I think we've got special guest Brad Carlefelt coming on. So he's doing Ballarat Marathon, and then heading to the coast for like 5 nights.
Beautiful. Whereabouts on the coast?
Malua Bay.
You on holidays this week?
From Friday. Friday is our last day.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right, boys, we'll do it all again next week. Have fun watching the Nationals. Good luck babysitting, or not babysitting because you're your own kid, Moose. Good luck being a parent. And, road to Ballarat Thursday morning, Patreon, Friday morning, everywhere else. See you later.
See ya.
Want to make your next race day the best one yet? Well, dialing in your nutrition strategy is one of the most effective ways you can do that. Luckily, our show sponsor, Precision Fuel and Hydration, offers you the chance to do this in the most effective way possible. Book a free consultation with their team to fine-tune your fueling plans. Emphasis here on you, as they offer tailored advice based on your circumstances and the race you're taking on. They're there to help you achieve your goals all year long, and as mentioned, this service is free of charge and a great opportunity to ask them any questions you may have about fueling and hydrating for your race. No question is too daft for them. We've loved Precision for a long while, and this free service is another reason why. Use the link in the show notes and use code IR-SPRING2025 for 15% off your first order and start smashing those goals today.